We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. Here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, continuing to fight to hold support and break through key resistance levels. And in today's volatility, our SPY buy at 4:20 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 150% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, fighting through the volatility. And in today's video, we're going to break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. But before we do, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity that was mentioned this morning over at the Discord. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on and receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So the home run of the day was from our Netflix spot. Our Netflix spot at 10:30 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflows crossed the midpoint to the upside, full strength on 42 vision, and call options went up 100% plus within an hour, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge of the charts, you can now gain access to it as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicators, getting connected over to our bots, and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. Here we are with the SPY stock, the S&P 500 index, doing a full transition from the dip area to multiple rip areas here in the last 2 days. And if this is your first time coming across the channel, this is 42 vision, which allows us to see the dips from the rips to the dips, and where the strength and weakness lies within the charts. And we also use our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow as an extra layer of confirmation, which I'm going to pull up here and you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected over to our bots and becoming part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts and using these resources to maximize in either direction, whether stocks are going up or going down. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. So here we are at the SPY, the S&P 500 index, back under a bull indicator, right? We talked about this in yesterday's video. It got a bear indicator here at 510, but things were trying to come back up. Those inflows were picking up, and a bull indicator popped up in today's pre-market at the 510 area. It broke through the resistance of 512, headed towards 514, and hit a new high, right? Almost reaching 516 and breaking through the resistance that we were watching of 515. Now, here it is, fighting to stay above 514, and these bull indicators need to hold true, right? Not just the one on the 30-minute, but also the one here on the 1 hour, as it's been holding true since yesterday in the pre-market. You could see that support in today's pre-market and multiple times yesterday at the 508 area, where that bull indicator popped up, and continuing that staircase effect to the upside here in the last 3 days. Now, it wasn't just the SPY pushing up higher. We also have the QQQ pushing up, even though a bear indicator has popped up in the after hours at the 444 level. Definitely something to not ignore and see if it rolls over into the rest of the market. But so far, full strength there on the QQQ. Same thing with Tesla, pushing up higher as it approached a key support level based off the history of the chart since back here in February, and it's trying to fight and bring itself back up above it. Same thing with Apple, bringing itself back up after hitting a newer low here near the 167 area. Same thing in the history of the chart since last year, right? Back in October and November. And here it is fighting to push itself up at these levels. And same thing with Netflix, guys. Netflix pushed up all day following the rest of the market. Lots of eyes on these stocks, and it's going to be crucial and critical for these bull indicators and these charts to have inflows follow to justify these moves. So we have the SPY here under a bull indicator. We saw the 1 hour here holding strong. That's going to be crucial at the 508 area. Broke through key resistance levels, and here we are at new all-time highs and a new 52-week high. But when we zoom in into the volatility of the 15-minute, a bull indicator held true since 509.33 in the pre-market. But the first bull indicator has popped up here at around 514.80. It's trying to come back up, and it's going to be crucial for this to get canceled, because if this continues to dominate, it could start to roll over into these charts and even the higher time frames. So definitely something to not ignore, especially that on the 30-minute, we have no bear indicator on the SPY, but one has been popping up here, right, on the QQQ. So I will be watching for that very carefully here going into tomorrow. Now I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflows and break down the key levels I would watch going into tomorrow. Here we are with the SPY stock, the SP500 index, with inflows pushing upwards back above the midpoint for the first half of the day, and into the second half, outflows have slightly began here on the 30-minute, and I will be watching this going into tomorrow if these outflows continue, because if it crosses the midpoint, it could quickly start to reflect that weakness into these charts. Now, if we zoom out and look at this from the 1 hour, we could see here how inflows crossed over back above the midpoint. Now, it was really close to the midpoint yesterday. We were watching this. Outflows dominated into the pre-market, and once they crossed, that strength started to reflect into these charts, and it lasted all day, right? Hitting highs up here of around 4.91. Outflows have slightly began. Something to not ignore here as it's fighting up here at these levels. I will be watching if these outflows continue to the downside, or could these inflows hold themselves up. It will be crucial to continue this staircase effect for those inflows to continue pushing upwards or staying above the midpoint. Now, in the volatility of the 15-minute, we could see here how inflows dominated all day, but as it continued pushing upwards, we have a slight divergence here of outflows, even though inflows are still dominating, right? Outflows have began, but the reason why things have not completely collapsed is because those outflows have not crossed the midpoint. So I will be watching if these outflows cross the midpoint to the downside, and if they do, the first support level I'll be watching is 511, then below that is 509, and then the next support level, if both of those get broken through and that weakness rolls over into the 30-minute as well, will be 507. Now, to the upside, it's going to be crucial and critical for these inflows to push back up, away from the midpoint, switch from red to green, and continue reflecting that strength into these charts. Roll it over into the 30-minute and 1 hour, and the first resistance is 516 to 517 area, and then the next level I'll be watching is 518 and 520. So these are the key levels I'll be watching to the upside and to the downside. The bull and bear indicators are going to be crucial, and the inflow versus outflows, I would not ignore them. I will be watching them closely as they're getting close to the midpoint here, but fighting to stay above on all three time frames, and I'll be watching if they can push up to continue reflecting that strength into these charts. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.